I grew up in Pennsylvania, and already very young I started with crafting of candlestick holders and bowls and things. And then I went to university for physics and history. So I built houses and I taught skiing for 11 years. After 11 years, I went back to design school. Because I couldn't get a job as a designer in this country without any experience or network, I had to go back to what I knew, which was woodworking. Since then, I've been building furniture, and with a couple of side shots into lamp building. I heard through Feinfrach, the two guys there at Feinfrach, that there was going to be an exhibition. I called up Florian right away and said, "Hey, can I take part?" And I sent him my stuff, and he said, "Yeah, we need a product designer, and it'd be great." And so I was really happy because it's really important to exhibit in your home, in the town where you have your work. Deep down, it comes to trying to, design is about influencing people's behaviors. If you really go down to the basics, you do it through communication, you do it through interactions and interfaces at the moment and products at all levels. I have to make it in metal instead of wood. But I like wood because it's 100% recyclable and burnable, and it takes about, I think the jump is 1,000 times more energy to make something out of metal than it does out of wood. So in terms of sustainable design, it's a question of which material you use. The other reason is it's simple. It's relatively easy one-to-one to work with, whereas all more difficult materials like glass or metal require large machines and therefore additional costs from partner work. And so one ends up very quickly by the materials that you can work with in a small workshop. But at the same time, what's funny is that as you work in design, you realize that the material is really not even secondary. It's kind of last place, because the fundamentals of design is you have to have something you're good at, and you can deliver, and you can deliver responsibly over a long period of time. So it's about communication. It's about business. I was pretty much non-stop in discussion, which was really great, because when you get to talk to people, you get, if you're listening at all, you get feedback. But I really learned a few things. People really like the chair, for instance, spontaneously, and all the questions about it are pretty much my questions. Should it be wider? Should it be more comfortable with a cushion? So I say right at the beginning, yeah, it needs another development. When you visit people on the exhibition, you end up, it's a little bit like Facebook likes. They don't mean anything. So you don't have any commitment until somebody comes a second time and says, "Hey, let's look at this together." I have another exhibition coming up in the fall with Zart, that's Zed Art. And then of course there's periodic email mailings. I used MailChimp a couple times. I use, of course, my Facebook and 2 websites. And, it comes down to having money to invest. So I choose the online mediums and occasional mailing with postcards. But yeah. And people need to see stuff. Nobody buys furniture from a small company unless they can try it. You have to go into this next level of how does it relate to the people that it's going to serve. And that's much more interesting work. And it's actually what design is, because design is not Design. It's about signification. And everything you buy or everything you have in your home, including your home, is signification of yourself. And in our status society, getting clear about where you're going to make an impact, why it has worth for them and not for you. And that is what a good designer does. Material doesn't matter. They choose the material to fit the purpose.